right, now we're still looking at this Kimura off the reverse triangle. The foot goes on my hip to pry. And now I get a good go on the Kimura. We start bringing the arm out. And Nick just forward rolls. He anticipates that Kimura is going to happen. So we're just going to let him roll. So we have reverse triangle, okay? We have reverse triangle. He moves backward a bit. I'm able to bring the arm out. I put the foot on the hip. I tuck my body. Here comes the arm. Now, instead of me freeing my bottom leg, the threat of this Kimura just forces him to start to shoulder roll. When he shoulder rolls through, he rolls forward. We're just going to thread our feet through, and we end up in just a straight arm lock. When we have a Kimura grip and we go into an arm lock position, what I prefer to do is I like to keep this hand on the palm itself. Like for me, my favorite grip for Kimura is two fingers on the palm, 2 fingers on the wrist. So we split, it's like spot, right? You split the wrist. That's what I like. And I like that the two-handed, 2 finger on one side, 2 fingers on the other. And when we have the Kimura, as I straighten Nick's arm, I like to press the arm into my bicep, because what that does is it really prevents him from turning his hand. We've got a wall essentially on this side of his arm, and then we put a wall on this side of his hand, and then we put a wall on this side of his hand. So his hand is sandwiched between my palm and my bicep, and then it becomes very difficult for him to turn his arm, which makes it difficult for him to turn his elbow. So when you guys have a Kimura and you begin falling for that straight elbow lock, that juji, then press it into your bicep. I think that you'll feel like, hey, wow, this is very strong. And then as Nick tries to turn his wrist from up and down, it just doesn't go. And then, of course, we bring the elbow over the bottom hip. I bring my knees in, and I begin back heeling and bridging, and we have a very strong juji over this bottom hip. So we're going to use that attack. When we get this Kimura grip, our foot pries the arm out, and then he rolls to anticipate, that Kimura is going on. So we have reverse triangle. The arm is down low, so I lock the Kimura grip. I'm able to pry the elbow out, but now he doesn't even wait. He just rolls through. The left leg threads right through the middle, and you guys will find yourself in like, hey, wow, I'm in a straight arm lock. My right leg was where it should be. My left leg just went from hip to thread through, and then we bring the hand out, drive the hand into the bicep, tight knees, back heel with our legs, and then sandwich the arm between his hand between your palm and your bicep, and then we take it over that bottom hip, and you'll find that you have a very straight, a very powerful straight arm lock. And then if you need to go into hyperextension, if you feel like you run out of steam, then we can keep the palm sandwiching his hand, turn our hand over, grab the hand itself, and then this elbow, the one that was sandwiched on the bicep, comes back to that breaking position where we can then break the elbow over our hip there. So some slick ways to transition from this grip into a regular grip, and then back it up with your left hand. So one more time, this time we can pay attention to that left leg on the hip. It just threads through as he rolls. So when we pry it out, as he rolls through, you'll see just this left leg pry right through. We go into a backed up position. If I need, 1 grabs the hand, 2 grabs the hand, and then we can go into that nice straight juji position. So attacking the Kimura, he rolls because he's feeling like, hey, I'm gonna roll out the Kimura, and it just leads to a straight arm lock for us. This time we'll look at it. You get the foot on the hip, and the arm comes away, and then we thread our foot through. So I've got the Kimura grip. Okay, I have my foot on the hip, and we mentioned this on a previous video. You're able to get the hand out. Okay, now you have a decision. If I really like straight arm locks, now is when this left leg can thread through. Okay, the hand is free. So the left foot can thread through and get to the far hip. I want to cup that far hip with my left leg. And then we need to get the arm straight now, okay? Your right leg is not in optimal position. Okay? My right leg is not over his head or tight around his face. It's not an optimal position. So the left leg coupling the far hip, the right leg needs to be biting and posting on the mat. Okay, so my right leg is going to back heel, post on the mat, and drive my knee up into his arm. And then it's all about getting on this arm and keeping his thumb pointing towards the ceiling. That way we make sure that his head isn't going to come up. If I let his thumb rotate in this fashion with my right leg where it is, Nick's head can pop up, his elbow will bend out, and he'll come around my backside. He'll turn his arm up, and he'll bring his head around my back. Yep, and now he passes my guard. Okay, so it's very. We have to make sure that the left one clicks in. The right one is toes on the mat, knee faces up, and we continue to roll his thumb to face the ceiling. When we go, we have a good straight arm lock. Most of the time, though, your training partner will, if they can't bring their head up, they will roll. Again, as he rolls through, it's no different than the other. I cover the head, we make sure the elbow goes to the lower hip, and we track him, and we stay on that juji. So you can bring your legs through, no problem. Just like I prefer to have the arm outside the hip and then take it. And the reason why, we'll go over the defense on the next video. The reason why is because my bottom leg is out of normal position to roll him through. On a forward juji, when we roll him through, our legs are our lead leg is in a slightly different position as our arms. Okay, this time I have my left arm through. So one more time, we'll look at getting a straight arm lock in this scenario, and then he'll roll through. Again, it all starts with my left leg pressing his hip away and me freeing his hand away from his hip. Generally, I prefer to take my right leg and get it free. But if you wish, we could thread our leg through, straighten the arm out, back heel your right leg, and put your knee towards the ceiling. We must have his palm facing the ceiling though, his thumb facing the ceiling as we get on this arm. Okay, that'll make sure his head can't come up high, and it usually promotes a forward roll. As he forward rolls, my knees stay nice and tight, my right foot follows his head, and then we straighten the arm out, and I take the arm over the bottom hip, and we get